Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'd much rather have you have a guitar in your hand than trying to figure out new technology. No need. No need.
Me too.
But another thing that you got coming up is, if I can ever get this ready for release, this new docuseries, Radio Dayz, 101 Years of Radio. You're in it, along with, as I mentioned, 40 other people like Doug Podell, Dick Purton, Fred Jacobs is in it, Chuck Santoni, Greg Russell, Greg Henson. It was just an unbelievable experience to be able to sit down with all these amazing radio broadcasters and make this series. And so, off the jump, I want to thank you for participating and being one of those great, because, everybody has different sense of history, and your sense of history came, and I think you appear in episode 1, but you're in a lot of episode 2 where, you're just kind of giving a brief history of where rock and roll came from. I mean, it's just, and you gave some great insight to that.
Well, thanks. And I always say I'm lucky in so many ways, but to be born when I was, I kind of missed the jazz era. It would have been nice to catch that. But I walked into the golden era of radio, which, as you know, is tied directly to the golden age of rock and classic rock and roll. And because, I was able to bounce back and forth, I got to be there for some of both. And it just was an exciting time. And like any other classic period in any art form, there are the golden eras. They come, they go. Yeah. Hopefully they come back again. But, I was so lucky to be there. And, some of those folks you mentioned, I worked with a whole bunch of them, including like Fred Jacobs, who invented the classic rock format with Tom Bender. To be there is like being when Etzel Ford, figured out the Model T. So it's like a lot of it's timing, I got to say. You got to be able to, pull your own weight no matter what you do. But, man, was I lucky.